Good. All right, so that's a seated shoulder press. Thanks, Paula. Again, we went out of line because the way the cameras are set up. From the chest, we would have gone to back exercises, but we're just doing it this way right now. So usually we do legs first, then either back or chest. Then we would go into shoulders, and then we'd go into our bis and tris, or vice versa, then abdominal at the end, or warm up with abdominal. All right, now we're going to start working on back. We got out of the sequence because of the way the equipment's lined up in the gym. So normally you would have done your legs first, and then you would have went into chest or back second, and vice versa for third, and then into your shoulders. And we just demonstrated the shoulder machine. Earlier in the video, we showed a lot of different dumbbell work and barbell work you can do for shoulders, so you can also incorporate that if you're on split body parts. So if we're doing back, there's all different variations. Carlos is going to demonstrate a couple. On this particular machine, it's a lat pull down. You adjust the pad so you have good support on your leg. You set the weight that you wanted, and you get in position. Now, a lot of advanced people do rear pull downs, but being certified as a trainer and certifying other trainers, I really don't like to teach this movement. So for most beginners, they should be leaning back slightly and pulling the bar to the chest. So Carlos, demonstrate to the chest. So this way you have a slight arch to the lower spine. You're sticking your chest forward. You're just clearing your chin and bringing the bar down to your chest. You don't want to be pulling it way down into your navel because that's bad alignment for your shoulder. You want to pull it right into your chest and really squeeze your shoulder blades. Now this has a lot of different variations. You could do this. Now you could do a reverse close grip. Carlos is just going to quickly demonstrate a few different movements. It's just all different angles where it hits the back slightly differently. Now he's going to sit down. He's going to do the same movement to the chest, but it's just a slight angle. It's hitting a different part of the back.
Always remember to breathe, inhale, exhale. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to move around too much because this is where a lot of back problems happen.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people, you'll notice, Carlos, lean way back. Like some people really have a lot of movement and almost lay flat out on the back. That's because the weight's too heavy and they're really cheating. And that is a very poor way to do it, and it's more likely you'd hit your back. And Carlos, just show them the other couple of handles. So again, you can do this to the front or to the rear. We prefer it to the front. Wide grip, reverse close grip. And this handle here also, again, your position is on the outside of the bar, so therefore it's hitting the back differently. And it's also could be a close grip, pulling right into the chest also. So both of these bars you'll be pulling into the chest, just like Carlos did a minute ago. Now pull down is a great exercise. For those who are strong enough, they could do pull-ups. Again, it's pull downs are pull downs, pull-ups are pull-ups. Most people new in gyms aren't strong enough to do pull-ups. But if you do get to a point, or you have a Gravitron or a spotter that can help you on the positive, lifting your body weight and you controlling it on the negative, it'd be also good to throw in some pull-ups if you're strong enough to do them. There's another way of doing pull-downs. Carlos, just demonstrate quickly. With a heavier weight, in a very short motion, because on chest and shoulders, when you get full range of motion, it's chest when you come all the way down, then your triceps take over. On your pull motion, your biceps take over. So in this case, he's going to go wide grip, and he's going to just do the little short motion, and just without bending the elbow much, he's just going to do a very, he would normally do the whole stack of weight on him, much heavier than normal, but he's not bending his elbow as much, he's just making him pull himself down from the lat. This is a good way to do them once in a while, and you're really isolating the lat without incorporating bicep. So again, this is something you can do on the pull down, and also on a long pulley row, or on a rowing machine that has a sternum support. So it's just another way to do it once in a while, and you really feel it, so it's just a good variety to add in once in a while. All right, thanks, Carlos. Now, Teresa's going to demonstrate a rowing machine. This particular one is a Cybec row. She'll adjust the seat to get the right height. She'll adjust the pad so she's far enough back to get a full range of motion. This has 3 different handle positions. Again, for people with low back pain, this is a very safe exercise because you can lean your chest against the pad and it takes the strain off your lower spine. Most gyms will have a long pulley row, which is also fine. The only thing with a long pulley row, you have a little bit more stress on your lower back. So if you have a back problem, I would recommend a rowing machine that has a support for the chest to take the strain off the lower spine. If you don't have a back problem, then they're all fine to do. Now, let's just do a couple of reps with each particular handle. Again, it's just varying from center back to more through the lat, and a little bit, just the 3 different handle positions are just varying just slightly in the areas of the back where it's hitting. So what she's doing, she's pulling, lunging her chest forward, keeping stress on the pad at all times in the front, taking the strain off her lower back, a good range of motion, and she's really squeezing her shoulder blades together in the back. That's one grip. Now she's going to work more outer lat and she's going to pull and lunge her chest forward, and she's just working a little bit deeper outside the lat. And you can also do a reversed grip. Again, this is just another angle where it's just hitting a slightly different angle of the back. They're all good to do. And if you don't have a back problem, it'd be probably, or if it's not currently bothering you, you might want to do a low back exercises like hyperextension without hyperextending. It's a very poor name of a machine, but it's basically a bench lay over, and it's a low back exercise, but you don't hyperextend. You would go down and come up to straight without hyperextending. And this is a rowing machine, and this is, again, another back exercise. From here, again, a lot of the dumbbell work and barbell work you saw in the other segment, you can incorporate in your back exercises. Now we're going to go into a bicep and a tricep exercise. Okay, we're going to demonstrate the hyperextension for lower back. We just talked about it. I just slid it in this position so you can see the piece of equipment. Now in this exercise, you're going to grab the two handles, and you're going to slide your body up, and you're going to lay your thighs on the pad, and you're going to have to grab your ankles behind the back pad. Now again, this is called a hyperextension, which you never hyperextend anything. You're going to go down with a nice straight back and up to straight. Now curl all the way up. Good. Now this is, if you have no serious back problems, this is a good exercise to help prevent back injuries. It's a very important muscle group that most people don't take the time to train. So it would be a very good idea to train lower back. If you didn't have a bench for hyperextension, you could do a good morning exercise, strictly with a barbell on your shoulder. Support your lower spine, nice straight arched back, and you could just bend back and forth with a barbell for a good morning exercise. And if you have a back problem, really reconsider doing this exercise at all, especially if your back's been currently bothering you. If it's not bothering you, then you might want to try it in a very safe, small range of motion just to see how it feels. So this would be a lower back, what they call hyperextension. Thanks, Teresa. Now Paula's going to demonstrate a bicep curl. This particular, again, the same thing. You have to make sure you adjust your seat. Adjust your weight. She's going to have a seat. And this particular exercise, again, there's so many different variations of curls for biceps, from barbells to cables to preacher to dumbbells. So depending on the gym you're in, there should be quite a few different variations of bicep curl. This particular exercise is a preacher piece of equipment. Adjust the seat so you can sink your armpits deep into the pad. You're going to curl up to your chin and control the weight coming down to the negative, and don't hyperextend the elbow. Almost to straight, but leave a little bend to the elbow so again you don't get any deep tendonitis or elbow pain, because once you get that, it really takes a long time for it to go away. So this one here on the positive, biceps is a very fast twitch fiber, so it's a very fast explosion on the positive and a very slow controlled movement on the negative. Go almost to straight without hyperextending. And you can incorporate this with many other different bicep exercises. Good job. Okay, so that was Paula on biceps. And again, you can incorporate it from many different varieties of exercises, from cables and to all the free weights. Now Carlos is going to do a tricep extension. On this particular exercise, again, you always would adjust the seat position. You'd adjust the weight. And this would be, instead of doing a barbell or a dumbbell tricep extension, this would be a selectorized piece of equipment. And you could do an extension.
And this machine also has a little pedal assist.
Right. And then, okay. And now on this particular exercise, everybody tries to keep their elbows out. You want to try to keep your elbows in the best you can. And really extend and really push up towards the roof and really flex your tricep. Now this particular exercise, you do have to lock out your elbow. I mean, if you want to really contract the tricep, you've got to go up and extend and squeeze your tricep. But it's a safe movement as long as you just don't want to snap it. You want to slowly go up and squeeze it out and really get into squeezing your tricep. So again, from here, if you're in the gym, you got tricep extension machines. You can do it with barbells, dumbbells, cable crossovers. If you are in a gym, you'd probably want to incorporate some cable crossover or lat pull down, tricep push downs to work an area. Rope push downs. Again, there's unlimited amount of exercises you can do for each muscle group if you're in a gym atmosphere. Alright, so that'd be tricep extension. Again, this video, for the people who are working at home, hopefully you'll make fitness part of your life and you want to upgrade to a gym atmosphere, I find a lot of people who have home gyms don't utilize them because they just don't have the inspiration like they would if they had joined the gym. And it's very important. So if you do get into a healthy lifestyle and you enjoy it, check out your local facilities. There's a lot of good gyms out there. Do some research, make sure they're responsible. But for the most part, most of the gym owners are pretty sincere. And that would be pretty much what you'd need to do with the weight training. Now with the cardiovascular, again, everyone has a favorite. You're going to want to vary from treadmill to stair machine to bike to classes to walk, jog, whatever it may be. So you're always going to have a favorite, but it's good to mix up your aerobic activity and try different things. Your body gets accustomed to doing the same thing all the time. So with cardiovascular, you need to shock your system. As long as your body fat's high and you're trying to transport fat into energy, then it's okay to do cardiovascular for like 5 days a week, 5 or 6 days with a day's rest. Once you begin to get aerobically efficient, it's very important for you to take time off and not to become too aerobically efficient. I find a lot of people who get so aerobically efficient, they can't shock their body. You either have to take time off and come back to it so you shock your body, or if you don't take time off, if you're doing an hour a day, you got to shock your body, so start doing 2 hours. And then eventually you got to shock it again, so start doing 3 hours. So you're going to run out of time, and a lot of women get too aerobically efficient on too few calories, and they really slow down their metabolism. So it's good while you need to burn fat to do your aerobic activity, but at least 1 or 2 weeks every 4 months, you should take complete rest and get out of the aerobic state. And if you do that, you're going to see twice the results. I've worked with a lot of top aerobic directors and instructors getting ready for fitness contests, and I have more trouble with those girls getting them really conditioned because they slow down their metabolism from doing so much cardio and so few calories that I really have to make them take a long break from aerobic activity so they can become a good fat burning source again once they get out of the aerobic state. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd like to thank everyone once you come around. I'd like to thank Teresa, Carlos, and Paula. And hopefully we'll see you at one of our NABF shows around the country. We have them from Maine to Florida, over 30 shows a year. Teresa and I head judge every show. Teresa judges. Carlos is a competitor, and Paula will be competing this year. And if you don't see her there, stop by Ocean State Fitness in Pawtucket. See Carlos and Paula at the gym in Charlestown, Rhode Island. And the name of that, Carlos?
Is called Patton's Fitness Center. It's located on Old Post Road in Charlestown, Rhode Island, right in the center of town, minutes away from Kingston in URI, and our surrounding cities, Wakefield and whatnot.
So hopefully you'll all lead a
Let's make fitness
healthy
a goal as we enter the millennium year.
Okay, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the tape. Bye.